There is a chronic, mysterious condition that affects hundreds of millions of people all over the world, but no one knows what causes it. What's more, scientists discover that the disorder appears differently in each person, making it difficult to diagnose and treat. This sounds like the plot of a science fiction movie, but it is very real. The condition is called Irritable Bowel Syndrome, also known as IBS. This is a puzzling disorder that is characterized by a multitude of uncomfortable GI symptoms. Irritable bowel syndrome is a chronic disorder that affects the intestines. The most common symptoms include bloating, cramping, abdominal pain, and a change in normal bowel habits. Each person experiences IBS differently, as symptoms tend to come and go. The cause of this disease isn't well understood. Other GI disorders such as Crohn's or celiac disease result from damage or disease in the digestive tract. However, the underlying cause of irritable bowel syndrome is unknown, so it's often referred to as a brain-gut disorder. Some studies have found that people with IBS have nerves in the colon that are more sensitive than is normal. These extra-sensitive nerves may cause pain, intestinal spasms, and an irregular pattern of bowel movements. However, it is believed that many more factors may play a role. People with irritable bowel syndrome will have certain symptoms such as gas, bloating, abdominal distension, nausea, fatigue, and food intolerances. A person who suffers with IBS always feels as though a bowel movement is incomplete. Symptoms can ebb and flow, and they seem to increase in severity due to stress, hormones, and diet. Each person experiences IBS pain differently, but it is often described as cramping, stabbing, aching, sharp, or throbbing. Pain can be felt anywhere in the abdomen, but it is most often in the lower region. IBS appears to occur more frequently in people who are younger than 50, female, have anxiety or depression, have a history of physical or emotional abuse, have a family history of IBS. Because the disease shows up differently in each person, there is no common treatment. Those who live with this disease must work with their doctor to come up with the best strategies to manage symptoms and avoid triggers that cause flare-ups. We want to offer some research-backed home remedies for IBS that you can discuss with your doctor or healthcare practitioner. Number 1. Avoid trigger foods. Certain foods may trigger symptoms like diarrhea, constipation, or abdominal pain. Foods that cause distress in one person may be just fine for another. A common group of foods to avoid are any food that contains carbohydrates that are rapidly fermented by gut bacteria. These types of foods can contribute to diarrhea, gas, and bloating. Such foods are identified by the acronym FODMAP foods. It's essential to avoid high FODMAP foods that aggravate the gut, including dairy-based milk, yogurt, and ice cream. Wheat-based products such as cereal, bread and crackers, beans and lentils. Some vegetables such as artichokes, asparagus, onions, and garlic. Some fruits such as apples, cherries, pears, and peaches. Instead, base your meals around low FODMAP foods such as eggs and meat. Certain cheeses such as brie, camembert, cheddar, and feta. Almond milk. Grains like rice, quinoa, and oats. Vegetables like eggplant, potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, and zucchini. Fruits such as grapes, oranges, strawberries, blueberries, and pineapple. You should be able to get a full list of FODMAP foods from your doctor or nutritionist. Number 2. Make adjustments to your diet. Although your food triggers will vary from one individual to the next, there are some general diet recommendations you can try as you navigate your IBS symptoms. Eat a low-fiber diet to calm symptoms if your primary symptoms are diarrhea, gas, reflux, and bloating. Reducing your intake of fiber for a short time can help calm the GI tract. However, once symptoms improve, you will need to eat a high-fiber diet to prevent reoccurrence. Drink more water. When you do eat high-fiber foods, it's important to stay hydrated, especially if you're experiencing constipation. When you consume foods that are high in fiber, you need water to help the fiber bind the contents of our intestines to carry them out as waste. Cut out processed foods and sugar. If you don't know what changes to make to your diet, cutting out all sugary and processed foods such as soda, desserts, and snack foods is a good place to start. Anyone with IBS should keep a food journal to see if they can find an association between their symptoms and certain foods. Number 3. Try probiotics. Anyone with IBS should consider taking probiotics. which are beneficial bacteria that you can ingest for digestion purposes. Again, keep in mind that there are different types of probiotics, and what works for one person may not work for another. However, if you aren't seeing a positive result after 4 weeks, stop taking it. In addition to probiotic supplements, you may want to incorporate probiotic foods into your diet. Prebiotics include foods that are high in fiber such as garlic, leeks, and greens, while yogurts offer high counts of live cultures, which could boost beneficial gut bacteria and help with constipation. Watch out for brands that are high in sugar, as these could make IBS symptoms worse. Number 4. Consider herbal remedies. Certain herbs may help ease IBS symptoms, such as foods or teas made from ginger, fennel, peppermint, or licorice root. Number 5. Reduce your stress. Beyond diet, stress is a major cause of IBS symptom flares. Learning to effectively manage stress is crucial for those living with the condition. In addition to regular exercise and meditation, you can incorporate other stress management techniques into your life, such as spending time in nature, yoga, keeping a journal, quit smoking, eat regularly, and do not skip meals. Minimize stress at mealtimes. The tips and suggestions mentioned in this video are for general information purposes only and should not be construed as professional medical advice. If you are concerned about symptoms related to your bowel health, it is advisable that you consult with your physician to ensure that you have a clear understanding of your personal situation. If there is a health or wellness subject you would like to know more about, leave us a comment and we'll be happy to put together a video.